Well, hello, welcome back to the channel, and we're going to go on another hike today. We started off at a place called Yarrowford, and we're heading up the hill to some huge cairns up that way somewhere called the Three Brethren. So just to give you an idea of where we are, we're in the borders, the Scottish borders. Kind of, if you go that way a wee bit, you're actually in England, sort of south of North Berwick somewhere, because the border goes kind of diagonally down. Anyway, let me just turn around and you can see what's behind me there. Look at that. What a view, and we've barely started. All right, anyway, that's us. We shall press on. I'm getting eaten by insects. I might need to get my insect repellent out again. Yeah, we'll press on and we'll head up the hill, see where we get to. Our walk begins at Yarrowford in the Yarrow Valley in the Scottish borders. It climbs through the picturesque Broadmeadows woodland to exit onto open hillside and climb to the summit of the Three Brethren. The 465 metre hill is crowned with three huge cairns which give the summit its name. The hill is named as the Three Brethren on General Roy's military maps from the mid-1700s. The cairns mark the boundaries of the estates of Buccleuch, Yare and Selkirk borough. The first cairn was built by Alexander Pringle, Laird of Yare and Whitbank Tower in 1512. The other two cairns were built at a later date. Passing the cairns, the route follows the Southern Upland Way for a couple of miles before dropping back down to the beginning of the walk at Yarrowford. We climb up the hill from here. It seems to be, this track, fairly relentless, fairly heavy going. Now we started off, like I said, down in Yarrowford, walked along the road for a wee bit, and then we had to cut through, it's called Broadmeadow Forest, I think, or Broadmeadow Woods, something like that. I never noted what it was called. Anyway, so yeah, come out of the woods, and now we're following this old track. I don't know what kind of track it is, but it's fairly steep, fairly relentless. But the views, like I said before, the views are fantastic. That is where we've been. This forest in the foreground, down there, that is that's Broadmeadow Forest or Woods or whatever it's called. I've got no idea what it's called. There's a river down the valley, you can't see it from here. That's the Yarrow Water, which is feeds into the Tweed. So I've been meaning to say for a couple of weeks, all the music on these vlogs that I do is all done by my son, Declan. And he's just passed his, got an A in fact, for his project that he's done for his music, which he's studying at Edinburgh College. So what I'll do is I'll stick a link to his Spotify thing for his project, because the music that I use for this is part of his thesis, is that the word for it? His project. So yeah, you can hear that tune, complete with lyrics, because it does have words, which obviously I don't use, but yeah. So yeah, take a look at the link below, check it out. Again, let us know what you think in the comments, and I'll pass it on to him. But yeah, that's him, degree. Now he's looking for a real job. Right, well, we've made it up to the top of the hill now, and we've arrived. Blooming flies. we've arrived. You can see the cairns at the top, these three giant cairns called the Three Brethren. They were built in the 1600s, I believe. Kind of they marked boundaries for the landowners that were here. The place is absolutely buzzing with flies and they're really getting on my wick. We've had to hang around for ages too, because when we arrived there was about maybe a dozen people here, and I don't like vlogging when there's loads of people around, and they would all be in the picture as well, which wouldn't help either. So anyway, as you can probably see, I've got the camera set up down here. Okay. And what I'll do, I've got the picture set up already because I want to be quick because of all these flies and people and whatnot. So I'll stick on the movie just now, like that, and you can see what we're actually looking at. Middle of the day just now. It's about, what, 1:30, something like that, maybe 1 o'clock, which means that height of June, that time of day, we're not going to get great light. So what I'm going to do is probably do this, I expect, as a black and white, as a mono. Sorry, my nose is running as well. I didn't bring any tissues with me. So I apologise for any dribbly bits here. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm set up. We don't want to get any people in the shot. All that kind of stuff, yeah. So if I move the camera around, then I'll put the movie up. It's probably up there already, up there. We're looking at the three buildings straight off here. Fence is a leading line just coming straight in from this side. A fairly obvious shot. I would really like to get this one here right on the rule of thirds. I've not quite set it up properly. It's going to be difficult to do with one hand, but I'll try moving it around ever so slightly. That works. Okay. Apologise if there's any flies flying around all over the place. I've got insect repellent on, but the flies don't seem to care. Nobody told them about insect repellent. Right, so yeah, I'm going to switch off the movie like that, and I shall make sure I'm in focus. Okay, I'm at f10. It's going to take 1/80th of a second. I'll say this will be a black and white shot, I think. Hopefully. Clouds are fairly stormy as well, so that should look quite good if I can get in some kind of high contrast there. Right, so yes, make sure I'm focusing on one of these cairns, and I shall grab the shot. 1, 2, 3, click. Right, I've moved round a wee bit, sort of 180 degrees round from where we were with that previous picture. So, what I've got now is I've got the camera right down low, and there's a kind of cairn thing here. And what I'll do, if I stick on the movie, you'll be able to see what we're actually looking at. I've got the cairn sitting here in the foreground. I'm trying to stop myself so I can put the video there. And I've got the first of the brethren, if you like, sitting on the other of the rule of thirds. I'm trying to be quick here because there's people going up here, and I don't like doing this when there's folk around. Right, so switch the video off and you can see the full thing. I'm sitting at ISO auto just now, but I really want to set it at ISO 100. So there we go, up to ISO 100, which is going to give me a shot at 1/60th of a second at f10, and let's focus up. Grab the picture. 1, 2, 3, click. So we've left the Three Brethren behind us now, and we're now following the Southern Upland Way, which is indicated by these posts here. So what we need to do now is just follow the Southern Upland Way that way for a couple of miles, I think it is, and then we head back down to Yarrowford, and that was the end of the walk. So, still walking. I've not seen much more worth photographing, I'm afraid, so this could just be a vlog with a couple of photographs of the three brethren, and that is it. We come along the Southern Upland Way for a couple of miles, and then we turned down a really overgrown path down the side of a fence, and we've now joined this, I don't know what it is, this overgrown kind of farm track thing, I don't know what it is, hill track. Lots of long grass anyway. We shall just carry on. If I do come across anything else worth photographing, I'll let you know. So no sooner have I said I've not found any more photos than I've found another photo, which is these yellow flowers down here. And I've got the camera set up really right down low. If I just turn around, you'll be able to see it. Like that, really low. And I'm kind of looking along. I'm going to switch the movie on again. You'll see it. There we go. So you can see the kind of picture I've got in mind here. I'll maybe bring it back just a tad. Like that. Okay. So yeah, it just got the yellow flowers taking up most of the rule of thirds, kind of around here-ish. Yeah. With the path that we're on disappearing off into the distance in behind. I'm going for F9 there. I'll maybe actually turn that down a wee bit, maybe F7, F6.3, like there, maybe. And I'm going to focus in on those flowers. Okay, so I'll turn the movie off again. Okay. These are growing by the side of the path. I've taken out the centre column off of my camera just so I can get or my tripod I should say, just so I can get it right down low. And I'll just grab the picture. Just like that, here we go. Again, I'll just focus up. So we'll get 50th of a second, f6.3, 2 second timer, 1, 2, 3, click. So that's it. We're heading back down towards Yarrow now. So we're going to call it a day. If you have enjoyed it, please like, please subscribe, hit the little bell icon down the corner. If you want to see more of these, obviously the bell icon will tell you every single time I post one of these up, which should be every Tuesday for the moment. Yeah. Oh, and if you could put comments in, really appreciate comments. Thanks for all your comments last week. But yeah, always appreciate comments. Like to see what you think of the pictures. Let me know. What you think of Declan's music. Let me know and I'll pass it on to him. I'll put the link for that down below as well, as I mentioned earlier on. Okay, so that's that. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now. Cheers.